My name's Miles, Daniel Miles, and this is a retro dunking of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Alright, so let's break it down and try and find out what in the name of the Force went wrong with this film. Look at the cast list of this film on IMDb. You've got not only Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley, but you've also got the greatest man in history, Brian Blessed. You had a then unheard of $115 million budget, more money than anyone had ever spent on a film before. You had the creative team behind the original Star Wars. You had over 30 years of special effects experience, and they created an incomprehensible mess. I can't break down the plot for you because I genuinely have no idea what the plot is. It's something to do with people being corrupted by the Sith and campaigning against taxes, and then there's Jake Lloyd who's infested with the Force, might be created by the Force, and I genuinely have no idea what happens in this film. No one has any idea what happens in this film. The plot is a mess, a complete gibberish. And that's not including the fact that most of the actors appear to have been on some sort of tranquilizer. I mean, Liam Neeson is never the most energetic actor, but he's normally a stage presence. He seems to be half asleep. Ewan McGregor, he's an amazing actor. He's one of our best actors, and even he can barely bring anything to Obi-Wan Kenobi. There is only one shot in this film that does not have any visual effects in it. One shot. Not a scene. Not a scene. A shot that does not have any visual effects in it. That's the scene right at the start where there's gas pumping into the room where the two Jedi are stored. Every other scene has some form of visual effect in it, and that is one of the main issues with this film. The budget was so big, and they were so guaranteed that this was going to be a success, that this film just got pumped full and full and full and full and full of CGI and stunts and set pieces, and forgot the rule number one in film. Tell me what is happening. And there is a lot to see in this film. Visually, there are some stunning scenes in this film, but again, your scenery may be stunning, your film may look beautiful, but if I do not care about your characters, their motivations, or the plot, or what is happening, I don't care how beautiful the backdrop is. I don't care how many hundreds of man hours it took to CGI in these creations. And there are good things in this film. I love the Emperor in this film. I love the Emperor in all the films, mostly because he turns up wearing a dressing gown, says about 8 words and completely owns it. Darth Maul is brilliant. The soundtrack is brilliant. I like the lightsaber fight at the end. But aside from that, it's mostly just filler dialogue, and no one goes to see a Star Wars film for dialogue. I feel like I'm forgetting to someone. Something so awful that Star Wars fans have repressed it. Well, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so let's talk about Jar Jar Binks. He's awful, yes. Utterly horrific. Arguably one of the worst comic relief characters ever to be put on screen. Do you know what, though? He sold the most merchandise. He was designed to sell merchandise. He was designed to appeal to children. And he did that with ruthless efficiency. Go on any website and they will tell you the most merchandise that was sold for Star Wars Episode 1 featured that bloody Gungan. Despite all the hatred of this film, I want you to know it was in fact nominated for 3 Oscars. 3! 1999 wasn't a particularly bad year for film, and this got 3 Oscar nods. This film is poor. There's nothing else to say about it. I'm Daniel, this is Dunky. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.